Hello. Today I want to talk about a very common navigation strategy that lots of people use. It's called aiming off. The basic idea is, imagine you're heading for a small feature like a gate in a wall or a bridge over a small stream. However well you take your bearing and you follow it, you may miss the gate or the bridge. And then the problem is you won't know if you need to turn left or right along the wall or along the stream. So aiming off, it gets rid of that problem. What you do is you purposefully aim to the left or the right of the feature that you're heading for. Say you go to the left of it and you're heading for a wall. That way you know when you get to the wall, all you do is turn right and sooner or later you'll hit the gate. Or if you're heading for your stream, you may aim downstream. If it's on a hill, you aim downstream, you walk all the way to the stream, and then all you do is walk upstream until you get to the bridge. I'll drop a graphic onto your screen and I'll give you an example. Let's say that we're here where the stream goes under the wall and you wanted to walk to the gap in the next wall, which is about 600 meters away. So instead of walking on a bearing of 80 degrees, you could walk on a bearing of 70 degrees, and this would get you to the wall around 100 meters from the gap. You just need to turn right, walk down the wall to the gap, or you could just walk on a bearing of 90 degrees, and when you get to the wall, you just turn left and walk uphill to the path. I'll give you a real world example. I know exactly where I am on the map because there's a car park behind me. I want to walk in a straight line across the moors and to a place called City Hill Tumulus. It's where the 13 bodies are buried. So I'm feeling quite morbid today, so I'll go and have a look at the burial site. Now, if I walk in a straight line from here to there, it's 1250 meters. Now, what is the chance of me hitting the gate in the wall? Bearing in mind that it's probably only a foot wide. I'm going to walk over a kilometer and hit a gate less than a foot wide. I don't know. So I'll drop this onto your screen so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take a bearing of, let's have a look, 115, and that'll get me straight to the gate. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my bearing by 5 degrees. So I'm going to walk on a bearing of 110, and that will get me to the left of the gate. And then all I do is when I hit the wall, I turn right, walk down the wall until I get to the gate. That's it really, quite simple. Now, because I'm a responsible walker, let's say I'm leading somebody else. Now looking at the map, it's quite a dangerous area where I'm going to walk over because it's full of shake holes. If you don't know what shake holes are, have a look at my shake holes video. Some of them are quite scary. Basically, potholes, lots of them. My escape route, if I needed one, I can walk north and I'll hit the road, or I can go south to the wall and then just turn left when I get the wall and I'll hit the road again. So I'm all prepared. I've got my equipment, I've got my escape routes, I know the dangers and I know my bearing. What can possibly go wrong? How many people have said that just before? Well, let's not go there. I'm going to start walking. This place is just amazing. As soon as you get away from the car parks and the ice cream vans and the cafes, you're literally in the middle of it. You're on your own. Keep going. Still carrying on walking. This, by the way, is a shake hole. As you can see, this is a big one. And just in front of that rock, I don't know if you can see it, there's a pothole. I've not a clue how deep it is. I'm not going to go into the bottom of the shake hole because the whole lot may just collapse. But at night time, when you're just walking up and down these little dips in the hills, you need to look where you're going. You do not want to end up down that hole. Anyway, carry on. And another one. Wow, look at that. The pothole at the bottom of this one, well, it's a good It's 2 meters wide by 2 meters across. That is a big hole. I'm not going to go into this. I don't want to know what's down there. I'll walk round. So here's the road as it was shown on the map, and here's the wall. Now, because I aimed off 10 degrees, I know that I'm to the left or the north of the gate that I'm looking for. So I've hit the wall, so all I need to do, walk that way, and hopefully within a short walk will be the gate. So I'll carry on and find it. And here it is. This is the gate. Well, as you can see, this is about, I don't know, 9 inches wide. So walking in a direct line for 1,250 meters on a bearing over undulating terrain, what is the chance of me finding that thing? A 9-inch hole in the top of a wall. It can be done, but it's is it worth the risk? You're better off just aiming off, hitting something, and then doing this. So just to go over it again before I head up to City Hill Tumulus, if you want to head for that gate, all you need to do is aim to the side, purposefully aim, take an incorrect bearing, so you're aiming for this bit of wall or that section of wall, whichever one. And then if you're aiming for this bit of wall, when you hit it, you turn left and walk up. It'll be the same with a bridge over a stream. Walk to the stream, turn left or right, depending on your bearing, and sooner or later you'll get to the bridge. So that's it. I'm going to go over the fence now, over the wall, and then we'll have another look at the map and navigate up to City Hill Tumulus. So, next place we need to go to is City Hill Tumulus. So let's get the map out again and we'll see what we've got to see. Now from here, I'll drop this onto your screen so you know what I'm talking about. From here I need to walk on a bearing of 40 degrees, and the distance, it's only about 150 meters. So looking at my compass, it tells me it's in that direction, 150 meters away. Now I'm not going to use aiming off for this because I've got two perfect collecting and catching features. Once again, if you haven't watched that video, just watch it. So my collecting feature is I'm going to be walking uphill. From here, it's uphill all the way. Now the tumulus is at the top of the hill. So if I start walking downhill, that's my catching feature. It tells me, a catching feature tells me to stop because something may not be right. So all I need to do is I need to go uphill, and when I start walking downhill, I've gone wrong. So let's carry on to the tumulus and we'll see what there is to see. This is the tumulus on the top of City Hill. It doesn't look much. Basically it's the mound. It's 20 meters wide by 20 meters. Now there are tumuli all over Great Britain. They're just ancient burial mounds. Some of them are 10,000 years old, some of them are 500 years old, but they literally are everywhere. You can spot them. Now this particular one was excavated in the 1950 and 13 bodies were found. If you remember from school, there was the Stone Age, then there was a Bronze Age, then there was the Iron Age. One of the bodies was approximately 4,000 to 6,000 years old, so it's Bronze Age, and it was found in the center of this tumulus in a seated position. The other 12 bodies, they weren't really bodies. They were just bits of bodies. They were bits of different bodies, but they weren't full skeletons. Now, some of those were quite old, from about 800 years BC, and the newest one was carbon dated to 43 AD. Wow, I mean that's the year that the Romans were invading the southern England, and on that same year somebody was buried here. What has this got to do with aiming off? More of my waffle, just fast forward over that bit. Anyway, aiming off. Forget the history, let's go back to aiming off. So don't forget, if you're heading off for a couple of 100 yards, you can just go on a bearing. If you're heading more than a few hundred yards, then if you can, aim to something linear, such as a wall or a stream or even the edge of a forest. Aim for that and then aim off. So what you do is you aim away from your target, hit the edge of the linear feature, and then just turn and walk down to your target. That's aiming off. Thanks for watching.